What is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei, and welcome to the Entity Dojo podcast, your source for every freaking thing, man. Of course, keep it right, keep it tight, and above all, please talk to me nice, and I will not hit y'all with another boring rhyme. It is time for another story time. And this one happened fairly recently. This is gonna drop like early to 2020, sometime in February or something like that. But this happened in 2020, December, Christmas Eve. Actually, excuse me, Christmas Day, because it was like around like 1, 2 in the morning, or however, what time it was. And the first thing I want to say, in life, and I think this has like happened more and more since we've become more plugged in, is the fact that like we've become such spectators of the moment. Like, people will literally watch death and freaking like take pictures of it. There was a rapper that was shot a long time ago, and people literally were Snapchatting him on the floor instead of calling 911. So, getting back to the story, it's late night, Christmas Eve. Is like, you know what? I was like, man, I want to go grab a drink. Let me see what bars are open. So my local bar was open and it was empty because like COVID times, I really haven't been able to go to the bar. So, and I'm not a big drinker anyway, but sometimes I'll go every now and then. So I went, got in the car, went, drove there. Just had had a couple drinks, chatted up the bartender. It was literally just me, her, and like a couple of the employees in there. So we're just having a conversation, and this older man comes in, and he didn't look like something was. I mean, he looked like something was wrong with him, but not on like the sense of like, oh, he was about to like attack or whatever. He just looked like something wasn't right, and he was just like, hey, I have chest pains. I need an ambulance. Blah blah blah. And so I'm looking at him, and I'm like, let me get the manager. And I'm like, excuse me, miss. He's saying he's having chest pains. Can you call 911 for him? And she was like, oh no, well, he needs to go outside. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, so this dude is saying that he needs an ambulance. He's having chest pains or whatever, and you're telling him to go outside. Now, part of me, and this is like the thing that I will say that some people may struggle with, is when to act and when not to act. My thing is, if you feel like you can help, act on it. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to call 911. So she sends him outside. I'm still inside, and I'm just like, you know what? I feel like this dude needs some help. Maybe I can help him. So I took it upon myself to get my phone out, call 911, staying with the guy. Dude starts like shaking and stuff. I get him a stool. And while I'm doing that, I still can see in the bar, and they're like freaking whooping it up, having a little like their little all inside party and stuff. I'm like, yo, like this dude is like really in some trouble, and you guys are just nonchalant. You don't care. And I'm just like, wow, dude, like what is wrong with these people? So he, thankfully, he talks to me. He's still coherent. I'm able to just like hang with him until the ambulance and stuff comes. He gets in the ambulance. They drive away. Thankfully that he's okay at the end of it. But I bring this story time up because I feel like this happens a lot, and I feel like people just really have become like spectators of the moment, and it's such a sad thing. Like, it is the easiest thing in the world to call an ambulance. Literally, what you do is you call 911. Okay, you state your name, you state your address, you say what the problem is. You say, look, I need an ambulance at this address, blah blah blah, and that's it. They come, they get the person. Like, you can help someone so easily. Now, my thing is like, and I don't know. I've always been like a big thinker, a deep thinker. And I've always been like a person that analyzes things and tends to overanalyze things, but that has helped me out a lot in life. That has got me out of a lot of trouble. Has got me out of some situations that probably would have ended very badly if I wasn't as analytical as I was. Or as I am, excuse me. So my thinking was, I always go with the worst case scenario. So in my head, I'm thinking worst case scenario is this guy dies on the sidewalk and is complete. I mean, obviously it's going to be the business's fault that he died, but I mean, I don't know if they're going to face any type of charges because he wasn't on inside the restaurant on the property or anything. But my conscience is, I can't know that I didn't do something when I know I had every opportunity to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say that I'm this martial artist and this intellectual individual when I'm unable to do what a big part of martial arts has taught me: help others, be a part of your community, and just be a good individual. Like, being a good individual is not just about donating to charity. It's not just about, like, teaching people this and that. Like, it's not just about the material things. It's also about just being a good person when you need to be a good person, and that is all the time. I was like, was it convenient? Of course not. I was like, look, I was trying to have a drink, just chill, max and relax. It's Christmas Eve, you know what I'm saying? I got the bartender next to me, we chopping it up. And I was like, wow. Imagine if I didn't come. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if I didn't come. And I'm not going to be like, oh, well, this God plans, blah, 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 because some of my viewers may not believe in God or whatever. Like, it is what it is. I'm thankful that I was there. I mean, it could be some part of the universe or something brought me there and was allowed me to have the ability to help that man out. And I'm very thankful that I was able to help him out. It just, like, stuff like that just makes me worry, honestly, because it's like, I feel like more people are like that than are like people like myself. And I guess it comes from being in a house full of people that worked in medicine. My mother worked in medicine, has worked in medicine her entire life. My father has worked in medicine in his entire life. So I've learned a lot of things, like about doing CPR and assessing someone by looking at them, like people that are diabetic, like being able to tell if they need sugar or something like that. Like, so I've been fortunate to have those skills imparted upon me just through kind of like osmosis. Like, I see my parents have to deal with it, or I've been in situations where a person that was diabetic was like swerving in traffic and my mother was able to get him off the road and out of his car and then take him to McDonald's to get his sugar levels back up and stuff. Just little stuff like that. But it shouldn't take you being a person of medicine or a person that lives around medical people to help someone in need. Like, literally, it's 3 numbers. 911. Like, the fact that you can't even take the time out of your day because you want to close your bar to help somebody that truly is in need. Like, this dude could have literally died. Like, you have to be better than that. Like, you truly have to be better than that. Like, if you're so concerned about the right now, like, it's just messed up. And then, like, you're having this celebration while this person is going through it. Now, imagine if that was your uncle. Imagine if that was your granddad. You know what I mean? That's how I think, and I feel like that's how you have to think. You have to think that any person that you help is someone of, like, in your family. That's how I treat it, and that's why I'm always able to act when those things happen. Like, another story. So this is just going to be a big story time about being, when you see something wrong, you need to act on it. There was one time when I was driving through my neighborhood, and I seen a little boy. He couldn't have been, I think he was like 3-4 years old. Couldn't have been any younger than, any older than 4. Little kid. And I drive by and I see him, and I'm thinking, oh, it's like a little kid, like his parents are like far behind him. But as I drive past him, I look back and I see no parent, and then I see a car turn around. And in my head, again, thinking worst case scenario, okay, this is a child predator that's about to come and take this kid. So I freaking speed up, zoom around, and start to follow, like, that car that was pulling up towards the kid. Thankfully, it wasn't. The guy was like a nice guy. Me and him had a chat. We stayed with the little guy until his parents came, and it was such a difficult moment because I remember when I was a kid and had got loose and got in the street and freaking had the National Guard and stuff looking for me. And it was something that I didn't even realize that was wrong. I mean, when you're a kid, you don't know. But there were so many messed up people in the world. Thankfully, me and that guy weren't those people. But But I always think of worst case. That guy is the guy that stopped before I turned around was a wonderful person, retired police officer, nice guy. But I had to think absolute worst case scenario. Okay, this guy's gonna take this kid if I don't turn around. So I need to go and get my ass back there right now. And if I need to do what I gotta do, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how you have to think. Like, people have become so nonchalant when it comes to serious stuff. And it just bothers me because I'm like, that 1-2 seconds of you just being like, oh, ho hum, could be the difference between someone making it home and not. You know what I mean? And I take that stuff personally because I'm like, there's too many bad people in the world for you to consider yourself a good person and not act when you're called upon. You know what I mean? And when I say you're called upon, when it presents itself, like when you're in a situation where you see somebody in need and you don't stop. Okay, when you see somebody in distress and you don't call 911 and you don't call the cops or you don't do whatever. Stop being freaking spectators. Everyone just wants to be on their damn phone and capturing moments as they happen, as opposed to stopping those moments from happening. Because I guarantee you, I honestly wonder, like, if like that little kid, however far he made it, I wonder if there was someone like in a house or on their phone recording little dude walking. It would not surprise me if someone did, because that's how much like of freaking spectators this world has become. People have just become spectators of the moment. And they want to record everything and capture everything and meme everything instead of freaking getting out and helping. Like, get out and help when you can. And I'm very thankful for both of those situations that it didn't turn out bad. I'm thankful that I was able to get that man in the ambulance. I'm thankful that the little man was able to get reunited with his parents. But stuff like that, imagine if that person that stopped before me was a predator. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't stop and I just kept going because I had to go to work or because I had whatever. Look, work is still gonna be there. And shit, the work don't give a damn about you no way. So why not, especially in the corporate world, they don't give a flying fuck. But why not take that time and be like, you know what, this person needs my help. It is nothing for me to stop and help this person. You know what I mean? Okay, like, imagine if that's my kid. I don't even have kids, but imagine if that's my niece. Imagine if that's my nephew. I would want someone that's like me to stop and help them and stay with them until I get back with my parents or they get back with me or whatever. I would hate to see my niece walking around in the street aimlessly with nowhere to go, looking for me, and someone abducts her. So I have to think exactly the same way. This person, whoever's stopping, they might be a pedophile. I gotta go and I need to be on his ass. Because if he makes a move, I gotta move to stop him from doing whatever the hell he's doing. And is it bad? Is it bad to think like the worst of people? No, I don't think so. Until they prove you wrong or prove you right, you should think the absolute worst in situations like that. You don't have time to be trying to be like freaking Mr. Zen Master and all these other things. Like, you need to act when the moment calls for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, please, I implore you to just not be a spectator of the moment. Act when the moment is called upon. Act when you see an opportunity to act. But yeah, man, there's a couple story times, man, that happened just this year, actually. The most recent one was the one around Christmas time, Christmas Eve. But man, it's just best believe that I will always try my best to help those in need any way I can, man. And I hope you guys do the same. And please show love to another. Show love to one another. Be kind to each other, and definitely share, man. I mean, share your stories. Talk to me. I mean, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, international_sensei, Twitter, sensei_global21. The Into the Dojo podcast is on SoundCloud, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and all that good stuff, man. It's not just about the viewership for me, man. I have a message to spread, man. Show love, be a good, kind person, and do all you can while you can, when you can, man. Thank you so much, man. Please stay safe out there. Enjoy 2020. Make this year even better than last year. And we must now exit the dojo.